Hello again, YouTube. Lovell Hawes, prior enlisted Marine, a military history buff, and just generally somebody who does a lot of research. And I have a slight announcement before I get into the question. I've officially earned myself a YouTube merit badge. I've actually had I knew I was going to do this eventually. I was going to go into something that I knew YouTube was not going to like. And they actually pulled one of my videos for quote unquote misinformation. I'm going to break it to you, YouTube. That is not misinformation because I actually defined what constitutes a riot, what constitutes a insurrection, and what constitutes mostly peaceful in that video. And by my definitions, they are accurate. There is no misinformation involved here. So that being said, Lovell Hawes asks, why is YouTube afraid of what I'm going to say on that matter? And towards that end, they actually have called my video misinformation. Obviously, they want the definition of what happened on January 6th to stand as an insurrection. That's what the definition they want to use, which I find inaccurate. Sorry, YouTube, not accurate because an insurrection usually has guns and a lot of people dying. It is effectively a war. Now, you tell me, what about that appeared to be a war? And you won't be able to find it. I challenge YouTube to find evidence that that was effectively a war. Actually, in some ways, the mostly peaceful protests that happened over the course of the summer, if I show you pictures of it, it looks like a war zone. The aftermath. Some of the businesses that were burned, there were so many of them that were burned, that if I showed you a picture of it, you'd think that it was somewhere in like Mariupol, because of how much destruction was wrought. But yet, I'm not calling that an insurrection either, because an insurrection is targeted against government structures. So, I challenge YouTube. YouTube, you have my email address because it is in my login information. You email me personally and explain to me why you felt it was necessary to remove my video. And actually, do not respond to me with an automated thing that says, we've removed you because we believe it's misinformation. No, you find evidence that this is why you should pull it. And I argue that you shouldn't pull it at all. I agree with Elon Musk. Free speech is not based on what somebody else should define as what is and is not acceptable. I'm sorry, YouTube, you cannot be the arbiter of what is true and what is not. And no government agency should force you to be. If I am making the content, you are not reviewing my content, I do not work for you. It is not like if I was one of the writers at, say, the New York Times, and you were my editor. No, 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 no. You do not work for me. And I do not work for you. You are providing a service that I don't pay for. And you're just providing just to provide. Your official mandate is to provide an open space for everybody to talk. Unless you can actually prove beyond a reasonable doubt that what I just said was false, then do not dare pull my videos. If you do, then you will prove what we already know, that Twitter and YouTube are becoming so exclusive that people are inevitably going to fall afoul of your system, that you are going to eventually isolate so many people, or just push so many people out. The only people that are actually in there are this isolated pocket of echo chamber morons. There is not going to be free speech. There's only going to be speech that you like on that platform. You provide the platform. Just because somebody, to use a political moment here, in Iowa, there is what is called the soapbox speech. Every president has a soapbox speech. It is in the start of primary season. So, just because the guy made the soapbox, he can't say what you say on the soapbox. He makes the soapbox. So, let us have our soapbox. You built the soapbox. Good job. Good craftsmanship. But you don't tell us what we say on your soapbox. You provided the soapbox so that way we can say what we have to say. So, January 6th was a riot. What happened in the summer of 2020 was also a riot. Let us call a snake, and you guys contact me personally with evidence that shows me that I'm wrong, and then I will pull the video myself. You don't pull it for me. And unlike other people, I actually take a word called honor very seriously. So when I put my word to this video, I will pull it. So, don't do this. This is part of the reason why Rumble is even a thing in the first place. If you were truly following through on your mandate, then there would be no Rumble. There would probably be Rumble as far as competition, but Rumble would fill in a different niche. Kind of like Twitch. Twitch is more a gaming channel. Well, you can still upload, and in that sense, let's use a drafting reference. YouTube, you're kind of like AutoCAD. General, basic drafting software. You guys are general, basic video uploading service. And Twitch is kind of like 3ds Max. You can actually not only 3D model, but you can also animate the 3D modeling. It's a little bit more fun. But only for that kind of design. It would be like if I was to, say, follow through on a little something I had as a drafting project. I would have to use your services to actually make the nuts and bolts to a project I called the Kraken. A crab fishing boat that actually made the wizard on the show Deadliest Catch look a little small. And it's the biggest one in the fleet. Now, I'd use 3ds Max to create a workable model that I would actually show somebody how it actually works and everything to the person who would consider doing it. But when they approve the project and I have to hand off the specifications and actually hand off the drawings, that is when I use AutoCAD. So, the fun stuff, Twitch. The less fun stuff, the more serious stuff, you guys. Well, if you guys are basically saying, I don't like what you designed, it would be kind of like AutoCAD telling me they don't like the Kraken because they don't like crab commercial fishing. So, either get out of my way, or I will take it over to Rumble, which is actually gaining ground because you guys are kicking people out. January 6th, riot. The 2020 mostly peaceful protest, riot. Argue with me. I dare you. And this, I know, is mostly directed towards YouTube and not towards my viewers, but I'm willing to open up the discussion. If any of my viewers can find proof that either of these is not true, that either the fact that I believe what happened in January 6th is a riot, or that what happened over the summer of 2020 was a riot, then show me. That was part of the purpose of this YouTube. I'm trying to open the discussion. I've been asking questions because I believe that it opens the discussion. If somebody actually can prove to me that yes, what happened over 2020 was indeed a peaceful protest, and what happened on January 6th was an insurrection, okay, I'll change it. I'll issue a correction. But you won't even let us have the discussion. And I want my viewers to have that discussion with me because I'm asking these questions because I want answers. So, remove the strike off of why can't we call a snake video? And we'll be cool. But otherwise, I'm rather proud of that little merit badge you gave me of calling my video misinformation. And the next time I upload one like that, it won't be on your channel. You'll have less content to show the people that come to your videos. They won't want to come to you because they won't find what they're looking for. And because they will feel like their ability to find your information on your channel has been stifled, they'll go to another one. So sorry, YouTube. This is not what you do. You are not like the New York Times, where you are your own publisher. I am the publisher. I am the writer, I am the editor, and I am the publisher. I don't hire anybody to do any of this. I'm doing it out of my own bedroom. I'm doing it from research that I've found over a period of time. So, I'm going to be appealing this, but I'm also going to be posting this video. Because I'm actually kind of proud of the fact that I got a strike from you guys, because I'm actually rubbing you guys the wrong way. And because of the fact that, I'll admit, I've got a conservative bias, I don't care that you guys gave me this leftist misinformation strike. I don't care. I've got alternatives. And I'm not that much fringe. Joe Biden's approval rating is in the low 30s. So you carrying water for Joe Biden, that's only going to sink you. You're going down with the freaking ship. You're basically the violinist on the Titanic, just playing away while the ship's just sinking around you like nothing's happening. It's time for you guys to go, gentlemen. It's been an honor playing with you tonight, and then try and abandon the ship. Instead of just staying there, where at this point, even you guys have to understand that some of this lunacy is indeed lunacy. So, remove my strike, and I will stay. Keep striking my videos, and I will not. I won't care if you actually block my freaking channel. I will take the whole lock, stock, and barrel over to Rumble, and I will just start over there. Okay? For the rest of you, I have over 200 views, and I'm a new subscriber. And I appreciate the fact that you guys are giving me these views. And I hope you guys are having a good day. And I know I'm actually proud of the badge, but at the same time, this makes me angry. Let's put it mildly. Because there's a reason that free speech is encompassed in the First Amendment. It is first for us to think about. And the Second Amendment is only right behind it just because it is meant to protect your First Amendment along with all the others. So, I bid you adieu. I hope you are having a good day. And I will see you in the next video, whether it be here or Rumble.